Hi, and welcome to another video. I hope you all are doing good. In this video, I'll show you some techniques through which you can make your music sound less robotic, more natural, and as if a person is playing the instruments rather than being generated by a computer. So, there are lots of things that you can do. You can add velocity, you can add swing, and you can adjust notes on the grid by moving them forward or backward, right? So let's hear it once and start the video. So what do we have here? Kick, right? And then we have snare here, all right? And after that, I have hi-hats. So what I've done is, as you can see, I've adjusted the velocity here, as you can see, right? And apart from that, I've added swing to it, right? And how you can do this, I'll just show you. You have this groove option here, and you can select any, and I have selected this swing logic 1664, and after that I have committed it by clicking on this. And what happens is that it gives a natural feel to the hi-hat. Let's just hear it. I'll turn off all the other channels. So as you can hear, I've added a groove to it, right? So you can change the velocity here, all right, and you can add groove to it to make it sound more natural. After that, I have a piano here. Let's hear it once. I'll switch off the other channels. So what I've done is, as you can see, I'll just zoom it. So I moved the notes on the grid, right? Some of them are coming earlier and some of them are delayed. All right, as you can see here, right? And here, now basically what happens is, as you're making the piano chords, right? So make sure that it's not on the grid always. As you can see, it's not on the grid. And here, as you can see, I've moved it forward, right? And same here. After that, what I've done is I've adjusted the velocity, right? What you can do is just go to a note, press Alt, and you'll see this, like, this arrow kind of thing. And if you'll move it down, the rate of the velocity decreases, and as you move it up, the rate of the velocity increases. Less velocity means less sound, and more velocity means more sound. So you can change the velocity of the different note by moving them up and down. Right now I just adjusted it all randomly just to show you, and you can adjust it accordingly to your song, right? You have to press Alt and then click the note, and after that, if you move it up and down, the velocity gets adjusted. And another thing that you can do is, like, I can select this, and then, right, I can change the velocity range here, right? So what happens is, whenever the note hits, every time you'll get a random velocity of the note, right? You won't be getting the same volume when the note hits. All right, I hope you understood that. You can move the notes on the grid by bit. All right. And then you can change the velocity. And on the other hand, you can add this velocity range so that whenever the note hits, you will get a change in velocity every time. Let's hear it with the beat once. And another thing, as you can see, the first chord is somewhere here, second chord is somewhere here, third chord is somewhere here, and the last chord here is bit high on the volume. Like the first is bit high on the volume and the last one. All right, so you can adjust accordingly to your song, the feel. What I can do is like I can select it all and I can move it bit down, right? And what I can move it up. Same I can do with this, right? So you have to play around with all these settings accordingly to your song so that it sounds more organic. And the next thing that I want to show you is I have made a hi-hat pattern here. Let's hear it once. I'll switch off all the other channels. So I have adjusted the velocity here and I have added groove to it and committed it. Let's hear it with the rest of the groove. Next thing, so what I've done is I've added different open hi-hat sounds here, as you can hear. And then this is also different. All right. So what you can do is like you can simply select this here, MIDI information, and you can drag it down. So every time you're hearing a different sound, so you can do this to make it sound more organic. All right, because you'll get different sound here and it makes it more interesting. Let's hear it once. I'll switch off all the other channels and let's just hear this hi-hat once. So as you can see, there are three different sounds, and rather than using only one, we are using three different sounds so that it sounds more organic, right? It has some changes. Otherwise it will sound like more robotic, I guess. But now it sounds natural. And the last thing that you can do is you can select a drum loop, and you have to make sure that the drum loop that you choose, it goes with your song, right? I have three different loops here. All right. And this is with hi-hats, right? And then here I have full drum loop, and this is also the full drum loop. So first thing, when you'll select the drum loop, what you have to do is you have to get rid of the other information that is available in the loop, like you have to get rid of the kick, snare, because kick and snare is already here, so we don't want them to clash with each other. And let's hear it once and let's see how it sounds. Now it sounds more organic and it has some shuffle feeling to it. And there is one more example. that we can go for, and let's hear it. So as you can hear, it sounds more organic, right? As if someone is playing it and it's not generated by a computer, right? It has some natural touch to it. And there's one more example, and this time it's only the hi hat, right? It's not with the kick or snare in it. So let's hear it. All right, and with the another drum loop that we have here, I'll just switch off this EQ here, and let's hear it how it sounds. And with the EQ8 on, with the beat, all right, and then this next drum loop without EQ8, with EQ8, and with all the drums. So the most important thing is that you have to make sure you EQ your drum loops, and you have to select a drum loop that goes with your song or the beat that you're working on. A short recap, right? We have hi-hats here, adjusted the velocity, and what we have added the swing to it, right? And as you can see, the notes are not on the grid. By adding this swing, it automatically adjusted the notes for us, right? After that, what do we have? So we have this hi-hats here. We chose 3 different sounds, and we split this MIDI information into 3 different hi-hat sounds to make it sound more organic. And after that, this piano, we shifted some notes on the grid, right? We adjusted the velocity and then velocity range so that we get some randomness every time the note hits, right? And then we have 3 different loops here, and as I said, you have to choose a drum loop that complements your beat, right? We don't want your beat and your drum loop to be fighting with each other, and above all, you have to filter it. So let's hear it once. Without the loop. Without the loop. So just select the right loop that complements your song. And I hope you like this video. Do let me know in comments if you have any suggestions or other ideas. And apart from that, do subscribe to the channel, because I'll be coming up with more such videos to help you make your music production better. So till then, cheers and take care.